think I could move here. Yeah, that's good. That's so cool. Hello, welcome to Tag Oneself. I hope you're having a great day, a good morning. If not, a good evening and good night. Here is 5:45. It's already night, full night, and we're getting ready for the Christmas gifts or letters, for those letters that still need to be posted, and gifts. And sometimes we keep things we like this one I just got. It's like the symbol of peace, and why we sing every Christmas for peace in the world. It's been a long journey since Jesus was born, so I mean, I've never seen anyone who had so many birthdays, really. Oh, God. So, there are many people who are still waiting for the Messiah to return. Imagine if he was here right now. I can give the interpretation if you want, or bring someone. I know someone that it's not that can play that role, but it really has that thing itself. We've talked about these things in Ibiza, where the friends of my mother would tell me, well, because if Jesus was really, today here, they will say he's a schizophrenic. Yeah. And on those times, that's how they treat him. So we need more birthdays and more messiahs to celebrate, where freedom of expression got us, thanks to these people who could run away from the in English I don't know, but Herodes. In my storyline, that I believe that he had impregnated Virgin Mary, so in her mind she was still a virgin, because she was raped, and she was very beautiful, and she was already in the temples with her. There was a presentation to her as a child. She was already a chosen one, and normally they would just have more divinity, or to see the children that were being prepared mostly were more beautiful, the girls and the boys. So they would hang out sometimes around the temples. So that's where they would get and just talk. I work in a store where I sell a lot of these scarves, so I wanted to show you how we put it here. Mostly like in London I've seen it, and that's how you put your scarf in the winter. I think I have created it, but tourists like to hear my story, as it is just for a few in central London, where the gold of the world is in its underworld. So you just pick it up here, right? But if you really want to hide it and it's really cold, you move 3 times. Of course, this looks really cute, right? But you can just make 3 circles and then 3 times and put it up and up. And a little bit here, so it's hooked up when you put it, so it will all hold it up. and then just to make it tight, because it's sort of pink. The scent looks so elegant, like an intellectual aristocrat, right? So you can see the pedigree of European in certain main cities in Europe, and it's like they still carry this pompousness. In winter, like in Madrid, they put this scarf and they still have that walk, yeah, which is sort of like pride and an honor, and it's sort of like an honor thing that well, I'm telling you this because it's cold and you don't want your scarf all over. And it's technical for oneself. That's what this channel is about. Well, there has been some happenings. I think it's working. Good. All right. Gosh. It's kind of like you get more focus with the headphones and the glasses. I would wear a hoodie to get more focus. And if I have the microphone here, I don't think they'll put a filter to make it ugly. So I'm just trying to talk about the scenario today. So we have certain scenarios where we are talking and some people get to talk with others. We are learning in the experience of what this. We've been helping influencers to talk more with one another. I don't know if you have realized, but now you're talking your lungs off from one side to the other. And this is happening internationally as well with the leaders around the world, where they hear what they say. And of course, what they move is documented, and they can also shake hands with everyone. Try to bring force so all this war stop. That's the point. So this is to see where is this going. But in role play for virtual reality, where we play with fantasy games, we have many dynamics and patterns. All right. But I can seriously bring you the Messias if you're ready and prepared. It can be through me in first person, which is if you want a man or a woman, what do you like? You want a brunette, you want a blonde, you want more curly and more dark skin. What kind of Messias do you want? Yeah, I'm talking to the Jews who. Because the Christians are like, oh, Jesus, I think the evangelist is more like, yeah, it's going to come back, it's going to come back. Jesus evangelists are, I want to thank them because they take people from the streets and they really do. I think they're number one in making work where nobody does, in the streets with the drunks or alcoholics, addicts in places where nobody is. So the evangelists, you might think they're annoying knocking on your door, but that's what it takes. You gotta go where no one is, and that's the school of mysteries, taking the unknown from God. So it's not very tasteful for some people, but for others work because they see them wealthy and they think, how can we do to be a bit more wealthy? So we can learn the way. And most of it is to communicate freely and open your mind to another world which you can create. because you're born in a certain way, you think that everything is in that way because you are already whom you are. But if you go beyond your world to another person's world or another group of people's work, that's their world, you will start to, but if you stay there 3 months, 6 months, especially to dwell into something that's beyond you, you will understand what I'm talking about, because you're just sitting on your table or, you know, taking your things accordingly, but you've never risked yourself to vanish in order to understand another world. You might shake hands, go here and there and give your act, but it's not it until you are submerged within the divinity of the multiplicity, within all the worlds that exist within this world. You could have fucked many people from many cultures, that won't make it, alright? You know who I'm talking to. Alright. So I wanted to start role-playing with paraphilia and having a lot of fun online, but I have to deal with this, so I don't have to deal with hackers. I don't want anyone talking about wars of hackers or where they get this information, because in the future we want people to trust what's going on and what's being prepared. I heard somebody said the mob. So this goes to United States of America and some countries that are, I don't think it's only United States of America, where the right is fighting with itself. So we have different generations there, as you can see, and how they have group. And some can swing from one side to the other, like those people that are married and go with another couple's wives, and then they just go back to their original wife, and the other two, they're called swingers. And then they say they're straight and loyal, but nobody knows. So, you know, these are the people on the right. They say, no, yeah, we're men, we're better than anyone. Yeah, we're men, we're white, and we're men. And then you got Camden Zones. So she's black and she's a woman. So there is your package. Oh, it's like a lefty. The mob. Who's the mob? So, you know, I love everyone, so if I have to pick my rosary and pray to forgive the pedophiles and all those who are in the list of Epstein, which I think a judge already said to bring it out. Of course, you are competing with people that you have to really be careful what you say. You are dealing with people that what you say can cost the lives of many. If Trump gets angry, there you go. You have 5 Venezuelans dead who were just bringing cocaine in the coast. You get angry and you start talking about the Epstein files and you're gone. So you are shot in your head. So I'm trying to bring a narrative here where the guy feels supported. Not because he deserves my support, but he's the best one to make this happen. He has the charisma, he believes in himself, he's been fighting for it for decades and preparing. He's been groomed for it, prepared mentally. From the times, I think I was in New York City, so that will make it like a 20 years. And he's married, beautiful wife. He has a very good taste. And when they smile, they shine. And that's what the people see. Yeah? So she was an adult, and that's what many people do. But not everybody does that. And some men meet their wife like this. Alright, you will look around, some come in the way, And it is fine. People do what they want. People are with what they want, even as a teenager. So you can walk off yourself. But if people have not been baptized, they don't know what is a good family, they don't have values, they are not protected consciously to say yes or no. If they are gaslighted, but they've been baptized, but they're still gaslighted, how can you know what is what? And how are you going to bring order? Of course, I think, like, my God, are you really kidding me? Like, you are shitting on my head now, like, to forgive all this, whatever comes in the air or not. So it's very difficult to see where is the narrative pushing, because then we will need to make an international court case. We, the people. So if some people in the right saying they are the mob, who is the mob? Us? Who is the mob? The ones who, Candace Owens was taking away from the wire, whatever wire. So, there is differences we have, and they are also togetherness. So it is very important to keep together ahead. And what is to be ahead? I think, because the more you see it, the technological map should be brought by the people. That's starting to make it. Because if none of these tech titans did it, they could have done it and get together and do it. But I'm talking like, come on, get together. Like, come on, like, how many years? So, yes, tech titans, when you roleplay characters that are like titans, they take like 3 months to make a movement, because they are titan steps. And these are games that are very slow to agglomerate and merge and make. So these are not just machines or ways of thinking, but patrimonies. They're everything they own, and they're entities as their countries. So one thing that is good about the right is that they're having more charisma for the narrative, and the most beautiful people. Sorry. So, I mean, the left used to have very beautiful people, but I don't know. When you're an artist and you are a humanitarian and you love everyone, you wouldn't do certain things, yeah? Like bringing immigrants to sacrifice them so they vote for you. When immigrants should be brought here or anywhere in the world as an exchange, because no one is better than you, and you don't deserve to do that to anyone, to come in that way. I'm talking in behalf of the Spanish community, because I am Spanish, with Greek blood and Italian blood and Spanish blood and South American, so Latin to the... Well, my mother is half Celtic. She's blue eyes, so she's pure Nordic, from the north of Spain. We're just gathered here together, so just think about your narrative. I think Nick Fuentes is pretty cool. I really love the guy. He brings, he's sharp, he's very smart, he makes his own words and terms, and he's funny to look at. He looks up and says, well, I'm gonna have to make it. He's very spontaneous and can give you the answer right in the go. Sometimes you need people in the back to think about it, or yourself. What is it that you want? What is it that you want to do? Imagine there's no more votes, but you are preparing your way to be the leaders of showing what is the technological global map. Yeah? And you can keep fighting about it, about the demographics, about the industries, what would you buy, but everything is showing in the technological map. This is the only way to stop corruption. So this is information you get. I hope you just don't share it. Yeah. So there is, I hope you don't share it, so there is a confusion about how you got it, because you just got it from somebody who sends you information. And this is for Candace's owns. If she likes to talk about the only way of seeing corruption is through a global technological map. I always said that it could be made by the people, so the people trust it comes from the people. And how is it gonna happen? Where's the money gonna come? We don't know. We don't know. So you better behave. Yeah, because it's not just Qatar. We have the international banking as well. We're talking to, you were the kids talking to our parents. What you like for Christmas? And some of them used to be pedophiles. So it's not like, yeah, we're gonna forgive them, so they give us money. It's more like, no, we're just going to clean what you're giving us, but thank you. Yeah. No, we're gonna live happy ever after. I don't know. Ask Meghan Markle. Are we going to live happy ever after? So something is her brand ever, or something like that. I will ask her, but I don't know if I would ask Catherine. I'm already happy, and I don't need any of these stories anymore, alright? So let's just cut it off. I don't want to see women diminishing each other. Erica lost her husband, and it's not just her husband, it's the father of her daughters and the man who used to run that show. Not only that, she's a beautiful white woman, alright, and very beautiful, very. So she's also herself, and she has the right to speak and be honest as she feels so. Yeah. The problem is that she got into a stage and she thinks, like the Bible said, that she's working for something better where the people want to bring her down, and she's up there because they put her in this stage. And in those moments was very fast. Yeah. You can see that, you know, like, you took my husband and give me money, but you know, she wants to work and feel protected, and they just took over her. They went, seduce her, treat her like she's royalty, with all the power trips in the White House, in the Oval Office, and now she thinks she is the cream of the cream. And this is what happens also, like people that are, anyone that goes there, that you think you're better than others and forget what got you there. Your husband's work was against the Epstein files, corruption, and the war in Gaza. That was the point. And she betraying her husband. But she already felt betrayed because he got killed. Alright. The truth about these character traits is that if you don't have empathy, if you don't have And this is why people hated him. All right? You can't move yourself as a fucking Christian and say you don't have mercy. What kind of grace and beauty is that? You're gonna go on killing people. This is, there are many definitions of Christianity. And this is not like just giving your other cheek and then giving your ass as well. No. You will wish to be with people that know how to bring order when you need it most. But at the same time, keep it cool, because what you say right now can cause from another side and another stream a third world war. They're all fighting to own the world. So this is not that I am happy about people being the way they are or how they used to be. I'm obsessed with perfection. And I had to learn, not from an early age, but I lived in perfection, which I didn't know that was perfect. And then I had to learn to cope with imperfection. So I've been a misfit the rest of my life. Is a broke brat, right? So there are things that are not perfect. So we forgive, but we give another step. And there are other people that take decisions, that there are time for everyone. So you're not just talking here, of course you're not talking here to make views. You really want to make a change. It's not that I am trying to change the narrative and now we're going to paint Trump in a good light. But he could make the peace deal and help with their leaders, with his circle of problems that he has to fix and needs the best to move. Or we're just going to be fighting for the next 3 years to bring the next president of America with the public domain. And what are we going to do? Just fighting to see who is going to be the next president. And we need a world peace right now. I had these maps where I was talking about the different layers for the global technological map. And I thank you. I give you the word. So you can call genius from around the world, and you can have all my support as a woman and a black woman that represents the universal love. And there were people who had a chance before, but they wanted to take it for their own. But I have many geniuses' ideas, and I am not having any downloads, alright? I'm not hacking anyone as well. This is from my own creation and imagination based on what I see from others and what I have learned, and I just get to see it all in a better direction from everything that I have learned as well. And I have proposed myself to study, to bring the right words in the right moment. So we've been together again and have fun and keep having trust. Well, people are dying and we just want to stop this, right? I've been fighting to have my percentage for the influencers. Not so they fight on my side for virtual reality, which Jordan Peterson cannot get the formula, alright? Because he understood it, but you have to find it yourself to know how it is and how it works, and there is more to it. So hold on there. I have compassion, I can shake hands, I can forgive. I don't care because I don't have anything. It's not that I'm egoless, right? I have created many characters and become many egos, and God can have split throughout humanity to see with it all its entities. And that's the higher consciousness that God is bringing you right now. If you get out from your atomic self and get to fill your world to what you belong, all right? Some can understand evil and transform it. Not even all the Catholic priests can do the right conversion or transformation, but they will just cast away evil. But at least they can go to the darkest to do so. So to convert and transform comes from knowing your own as well, or through many lives in one life. You have the potential to elevate your social status and social consciousness in order to help others. And that's the only thing I'm interested from you. So you are all very smart, and as I am impressed of everyone. So I'm very proud of everyone. I don't really want to put words in people's mouths. But sometimes you end up talking what I said, oh, maybe it's coming from another universe. So most people don't really want money. They just want to have fun, go to places, have their house, travel around the world. When you ask everyone, this has been statistics for therapy groups. So the question is, what would you do if you have unlimited money? Everybody would say, have my house, travel around the world. And that's what influencers are going to do. Yeah? Not just their house, but what I mean is the ability to allow others to prosper is the highest richness you can have. And for those who were born to do that and have been raised throughout many generations to bring goodness, not just so they become more powerful, but also because it provides more consciousness, and money, values, and divinity are equally drawn together from the highest to the lowest. You will need the roots, you will need the soil, you will need that space to have greater branches. And that's your space you own. That is your within your domain and your power. So we're fighting also so people don't end up like a slave. We're fighting about things that are before it happens, so we can move this against what they want to do. Because, for example, Elon Musk can talk in Twitter X about being against BlackRock or the global economic forum, that he's not going to do this because that, and then have everyone with him. But when it's tea time, he's always looking for his investors there. Well, Bill Gates trying to pour everyone against him. And they still have business together in the back. So that's the sad reality. Do you think that Elon Musk will help us? No. Because he has business with what you would support him, as he will buy for freedom of expression and to make a better world, because it's convenient for him. But if he needs the money, who do you think he's going to shake hands with? So, I really wish Erica to just feel the love from the people, the right, and understand what is the unknown. Not just through the love that she had, that is still there. And this is a prayer for me, for all those who also have people that passed away, what they wish us for us to be living in. Yeah? That is a beautiful woman there talking to support your husband, and he gave the word for her already. So that was his word. Candace, I'm going to die. This is all for you. So you must unite and follow the words he's giving. However his death was. You can just keep it in there no if you don't know. If you want to respect his death. But was it televised there? The son of John Lennon, who got shot in Central Park. So the son came out talking that this is happening again. I am all the channels possible. Sometimes I have to use my intuition to move here and there. Not that I know everything, but I try to be informed, to celebrate the goodness that's coming out in the air. That's cleaning the old system. But the old system needs to support us. It's not going to be the shooters. These are people that want money. These are not the upper, yeah? They're not giving directions to kill people. It's not the bank system, not the international banks. They don't care who's the president. It's not people that sell military. Where's the highest money? And that should come down to make green energy and for humanity. Not just for artificial intelligence and the military and war. Gradually. So I'm going to make a library here. Because I need the back wall to be dark and draw and have contrast through the glass where I'm drawing. I will have to put the books here, and I don't want to have a library. I really love the yellow wall. So it's clean. I don't like the books, but this is the only space I have. So right now I have enough books to work to help with the words. Next year I'm just going to cut a lot of words. I'm not going to talk about this anymore. So if there are new people, this is not known anymore, because I'm going to move into another channel where I'm not going to talk about war of hackers. So yeah, I'm going to talk of words where I just cut them there, right? So I write words and I cut them, and I study the character traits and the formation. That's how I create characters and verses and the groups that compose them, like an architect or Frankenstein. So there is a narrative as well to where it goes. And what is the victory, the main theme? Yeah, so it's all I do. And there are yeses and nos from each meaning. And there is you are synthesizing there from the same word, the synonymous that go from yes and no in the mediation. Or you just shoot off and just write it because you think you know so much. There is a science to it. In the rules of role play. So then I classify these words. Yeah. And these are words that are just gonna be for the world, what's the world, technologically speaking, and through finance, right? So are people gonna know where the money comes from? Hopefully not, so they join, yeah? Are we gonna know where it comes from? I don't know where it's gonna come from. But I have seen meetings and meetings and meetings. And I don't know if you are connected with all these channels, or you just get information where you get your information from what you see online. All right. So I have a lot of work, right? There's a lot of work. I've been a script writer, and I have 4 scripts in New York City. And 1 got stolen. I didn't even have a single credit where I participated in the script. And I would just get invited for dinner. In a world of men. White men. So well. You can keep doing what you do and feel superior if that makes you feel better. Yeah. Allow other people to take their own space, because there is a lot of space in this universe and we're just moving on. And it is a lot of space in this world as well. So Candence has the opportunity to talk about the only way to not having more corruption. I have lost time with Jordan Peterson. I've lost time talking about people or trying to get a mediation, and it's finished. It's finished. You don't have any piece of the cake with me. All right? You could have done it already long time ago. You have all the potential to have done it already long time ago. And have no lives being sacrificed because you're just doing what? So you think you're talking with intelligent people, and then you see, like, what are they doing? Investing on artificial intelligence, all of them? Without having an idea how people are going to manage all this, without investing on human interaction. It has to go half-half by law. And Europe has to build these regulations. Now Trump is fucked everywhere, alright? And he's having all this money, doesn't even know what to do with his money. In fact, all these ideas don't come from him. Not from people of the United States of America. That is the hard truth. None of them is the genius behind. You will need to know who is the genius behind. So, of course, it's a role player. We tell the narrative you want to hear. Yeah, so reverse psychology. But we're entering in your verse. but we are universal. So we're just here to help people to have their own power however they want it. If you want to play it, cool. You don't want to play it, fine. I'll go and pick that ball I've thrown to you and carry on. Venezuela, America, what is Trump gonna do in this next 2-3 years? Yeah. So where do you think that is now against Europe and NATO? Why is he threatening that no state is going to regulate the tech titans? Why is he not supporting United Nations? Why is now he making a move with Qatar or what? Everyone's giving money to the pot. So this is just, if you listen to him talking, he's just saying yes to everyone. And that's what a good prostitute would do. Yeah? This is what happens when you sleep with too many. But he has a good taste, so you have to try with many to have the most beautiful of all. That is loyal and persevere standing next to you because he believes in you. That's something that nobody can buy. There are many women who have a divorce and just, you know. But Melania didn't pick her freedom or her emotions. She stood next to this man in the worst, and maybe she was just friends, like many couples sometimes are friends for 2-3 years, and she has respect him because he's a public figure, and she has devoted herself to her son and just to stand still and respect what he was doing, knowing more than a single woman would do. Yeah, which sometimes threatens the future of a man's work, not because of a divorce but while being married. And I can tell you that for many who have lost their minds, where it comes from. So it is hard. There are hard times for men and women, and for every polarity as well. All right? Right now, we're not going to make this more of a problem for the people that come in the future. So they're not going to want to clean the cookies. They cannot cut the cake until they see the technological global map. I don't know if you're well instrumented with technology and how the cookies and the viruses work, but that should be something from them to fix it. And help the regulations to change. So how is this narrative going to come from the people? Because they're not going to break through. But at the same time, if you invite people like Sam Altman and start asking him questions where he's just going to shut off, and then the conversation, where does it go? So this is for the first time in history, we're going through a multifaceted conversation, not just from around the world, but people of importance, and the freedom of expression. And the Chinese, the Russian, even the Venezuelans are learning. And the Africans, I don't know, they must be having a lot of fun right now. So, like in Venezuela. Well, in Venezuela, they're preparing for the military to come because they want to make love with the men. So you have no idea if you put this man in Venezuelan territory, but they're going to be takeovers actually by the women. And you have jungle and snake. You know, I cannot take Venezuela because the main city is in a mountain. 2 kilometers high, 1 kilometer, and Maduro left the presidential house and gave it as a university. So if they cannot bomb it, because they would destroy, it's going to be run by teenagers. The presidential house is being right now run by teenagers in Venezuela. So, you know, that much love it has for its people. So it keeps Venezuelan at least, yeah? If Corina, I'm happy for Corina that she got her Nobel Prize. I don't think she deserves it. I deserve it more. Nobody pays me. She's being paid by the right wing to continue her fight. She's being televised, she's being, you know, she's not sacrificing anything for peace. She would prefer war to be a president. And she's been making more problems. And all the Venezuelans don't know how much gun has been introduced through the CIA. The CIA is one of the first taking cocaine from Colombia. And they presume that it's being exchanged not by money, with cocaine. The military guns from USA. All these guns that have come to Venezuela, that we presume that it has been to destroy Venezuela. And none of the Venezuelans know, because they cannot bring evidence to this. That's all you need to know. So if you want to talk bad about Venezuela, come here. Come here. And I'm going to do that to you. I'm going to give guns to all your family. I'm going to poison their minds. I'm going to put all your family down. And then I'm going to tell you that you are fucked up, because you're a drug addict. Alright? You and all your people, you're drugged for money, for power. And we'll talk about Jews, whatever it is, just to get power. And even from my own words, to claim is yours. Like if I'm Holy Mary or some, what? Like your mama? No. 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 I'm not your Jesus. You know? I can be your second chance to look at the prophecy that you want to do for the rest of the world. And stop calling people names. Right? Because if you want a scandal, look, you lost all your money. It's not my problem. There's no algorithm there. You know? People are saying about that. Nobody's manipulating the narrative. People don't like to see people killing each other. And if you have more money killing people in Gaza or in Ukraine, just stop. Just stop. And this is what people don't like. So the Arabs are not any better, because they started it on purpose, knowing very well. And I was in the Middle East, and I can testify to that, as I have sent letters to the government explaining this is what's happening, this is what's going on and on and on and on. And I'm no spy, I just happen to be working there. Alright. So we can move on. We can move on. Some people think that women are stupid, really, yeah? And they say, yeah, I love women. Woo! And then you just give them the silence, right? You really like, yeah, you love women. Like they won't listen to your word. They won't listen to your work. On and on. They will take from your work and use it for themselves. Because they think mama and woman are just to fuck. Mama's to clean your ass. Yeah, and then the victim, and then it's just like all this violence, because that's what they grew up with. And that's what women are, stupid and victims. It's to be pretty. I can become very pretty and sexy and all that, but I'm not here for that. Alright? You can, of course, you can see that. One thing that is very important for everyone, that sex is to be sacred. And if you have find a husband or a wife to be married and sanctify your children with true love that's given to God through you and your family, hallelujah. Hallelujah. So, well, this is a Christmas pendulum. You know, it's pending in there. Supposed to make gift grabs. It's supposed to hypnotize you. Yeah, so I can control your mind. You want a script writer to tell you what to do and what to say, so you own it? You want me to download things for you, so you know what to do to take over the world? Well, no. It's been already said. You have your own intelligence, right? You have your own collective power to bring this money together and allow the world to start already bringing an example from what it is that you really like. So I want to see the influencers talking about it. The influencers on the right and the left and whatever on the Congo, right? We don't have to have a perfect technological global map, but that's where we're going, and that's the only thing I really care to see, the people that are in need to have what they need and the industry to change. China, you're never gonna get Taiwan, get over it. You're going to learn what is freedom of expression, what's sharing, what is caring for your people to not work like slaves, and to have compassion and help other people to learn from around the world that they need you and your people. Yeah? Maybe they bring some people to take care of them in the future because you don't have enough kids. And Russia, acknowledge that this war is over. Alright? You will have your credits when you have a peace deal that's been talked from around the world. South America is one. Yeah? It does not belong to Russia. It does not belong to China. It has very good relations with the United Kingdom. They know it's fucked up, but they have good relations with the world. All you need to know is that you can do it together. If you can just look at the map, that's all I ask you. Just look at the map. 3 floors height. Stop competing for artificial intelligence and help Europe regulate you, because they don't even know how to regulate you. Alright? But with Europe you have United Nations and the rest of the world. If you don't do that, the world is nothing without you, and you're nothing without the world. But you're just nothing. Yeah? We're nothing. We can only do this together. And I'm tired of talking about this. It's just annoying. Alright. I have a lot of things to do in here. I had some jokes. Just don't find it very funny anymore. I would love to be with my children, and I would love to be out of here and work in better terms and take care of my mother until last breath, to see her 24/7 if possible, until each continent and culture makes its own terminal, its own base, at least to start, because we're gonna invest so much money to make global maps, technological global maps in every country. So it's just in one continent to start. And you know, I mean, it's just whatever the law system is gonna do, what can we expect? They could have put these people in jail already. All these people in jail already. The people from Meta putting algorithms, and they say, no, we've talked about it already. They code it. They code them themselves in Facebook with children. And they talk about it with the members of the Congress of America. And they think it's fine. Because they have money. So, do they have consciousness? They're being bought. This is because when you're so high, you have no more feelings, right? Everything can be because you're the low. And then you're taking the mickey out of the people because people cannot take over. You think we're here to entertain the people? This is why the change can only happen from the people. But this is a change that's happening within, because you are the only ones who can do it. And I'm here to guide you so that you don't clash. It doesn't matter if Trump is the president or not. Anyone could do it with the support of the best people from around the world. It's up to him if he wants to continue. He's very smart. Don't think he's stupid. He's fucking intuitive. He will always find a way to win over and to keep his relations. So we'll see if he makes it or not. He will only make it if he makes a peace deal. So he's being not very good at it. At least with Venezuela and Europe. So when you saw the tech titan sitting in a table eating with Trump before eating, and that was before or after coming to the United Kingdom with the king. So he really wants to make a ballroom the biggest in the United Kingdom or any palace in the world. Yeah, so you can see his complex of inferiority. Yeah. But at the same time, he understands that everybody wants to be a king. Yeah, why not let him be, a unifier? So it's not that you want to give him that role because he doesn't deserve it. It's just that he's there. He's the one that's there right now. And everybody's looking at Trump. Are people looking at Prince William? No. Are people looking at Elon Musk? No. Maybe in Twitter, in X. But not everyone. Is people in China looking at somebody else? To whom people are looking at right now? The President of the United States of America. Are they listening to Stammer, the Prime Minister of UK? No. Germany, the French? No. Who has a collective thing going on from that level? But I don't think people are going, and I already said it before, people are going to feel oppressed and dominated if they think the technological map is being built by corrupted people who kill and are willing to rape anyone or make money with teenagers and kids if they want. I don't think people would like to be involved. Like, you really got to think about until what level of privacy and power we have to our domain to create this system. And are we going to be supported? To support you as well. Because all this internet can be taken over by the next generation. Like that. You think people are going to follow you? You can be the next one being brought down. You think the teenagers are going to be doing what you're doing right now? I'm moving ahead too fast. And if Europe wants to regulate with China and make it happen, they will. They have all in their side, because whoever started this war was from United States of America sending all, and it has to stop. No war has been won. They helped Vietnam, it helped many countries to find a different form of diplomacy, respect, without having to torture people. It's not the best when we can see each other technologically, because then you need to convince more people, and who needs to know all this drama just to vote for somebody? It was not made for that. Democracy was not made for how people are working today to get votes, because you have to destroy the other party. It's become an internal war with the media since the radio and papers being shared with publicity. On the media. You gotta know what is your point. What is your point? So how are you gonna make this happen, right? How are you gonna make this happen for everyone? So you're thinking universally at the same time, for you and universally, at least for the first time in history. I was bringing the bricks with my chariot to build this library, and just, you know, the carrier, like the old ladies that have a carrier. And these last 4 days, bringing this brick as a foundation for my library, where I will be able to just role play. That's why I have my all my words around me. It's my multiverse. I pick and take books to get these storylines with others. I end up in places that other people wanted to go, and say, okay, whatever, and we get lost in the library looking for this theme or world or new verse. So I want you to enjoy yourself. Just really, I've seen a lot of respect. I really love what's going on. It's very beautiful to see that people care actually for others, not just to have views. But I really love Ian. I have to write names. I have to names and last names. And I really wish that this polemic is going towards something crucial. Yeah. As you see in infinite time that is constantly happening, you're full of light and life and the vitality that you feel, and you can transport yourself in this present by just opening your heart and heartbeat. So it's sort of like a present of unified field that is beyond your nuclear center, but it's more orbitating through another extension of your mind. That's like, I'm not going to talk about it scientifically because it's not proven through science, but that is the many pathways and forms of entities that we can relate within oneself. So if you have problems with the people that are poor, you still have relation with people that are poor if you're very, very rich. So these are relations. You're working with other people's money. You are in control and in relation, but at the same time they can take over you. So there is a balance between man and woman. There is respect towards the music that black people has done with so much talent. But that was because they had to survive from slavery in the United States of America. So when you're talking about the black people and the black community, have more respect. Of course it counts. Like, yeah, he's talking the truth. Yeah, I'm gonna take you to the truth. You're not that superior because you were born in a white country. Yeah, I was born top rich. I never thought like you do, wanna be rich, white trash. You're not that superior. If you talk like that about other humans in this world, you're just a wannabe. Yeah? What is it that makes you think you're so superior? They come to my country, the migrants, and because because it's saying the truth. I'm not gonna talk on behalf of other people right now. I'm just talking about white trash right now, and I want you to let go of that role, because that's what you are when you talk like that. So yeah, it's really cool. You need to have sex with black people just to start and dance with black people and make love with Spanish also and dance with Spanish people. You even have to go maybe to Japan or China and taste some little Russian out there or a big one. Who cares? But get to be a little more flexible of the beauty of this world beyond yourself, whatever you define from. And this is what culture people do. And yes, there is hatred and a lot of love towards this dynamic as well. That's why we mingle and then we're just alone, doing our own. So feel welcome to let go, and we will be recycling with more classifying words. Yes, for what is this, for what is that. You want to say that formula is not being proven of virtual reality? Why I'm going to prove it? Do you think that I am going to give my formula away? I give a little bit, but it cannot work unless you give it fully. Alright? So you want it to work fully? Think! Is Elon Musk gonna have virtual reality in X or just to make movies? Clips? What is Meta going to do? You need the libraries from around the world to get the classification of all the characters for each universe. And the metaverse is not the multiverse, because they have stolen it from me. It never came from them. Yes, because we have the machines and that, and the technology and the internet. Yeah, you created internet, computers, everything. It's not gonna. We don't need your glasses. So we'll see. You wanna be part of it? You've been invited. Not to steal from it. At the same time, the formula is nothing without the involvement of each universe, because the tissue reality needs to work for the storylines to be developed without corruption. The moment you can't make a story if every step of the way gets corrupted. They want to redirect the story because now you're talking about the same files. Now you're talking about Charlie Kirk's death. Now next is what? Who are they going to kill next? What are they going to do next to create more publicity so people talk about Venezuela, they don't talk about them, or they don't talk about Charlie Kirk, and now they don't talk about what are they they're going to keep redirecting the storyline. They put artificial intelligence to redirect from the virtual reality, and then there go the people from the right that they think they're friends with Bill Gates, and they think they're friends with Donald Trump and with the Jews, because that's what they think. That's the delusion of some white wannabe. Just change the synonymous, all right? A bit better. Wannabe. Oh, now you just have in 5-7 years a lot of viewers and a lot of money. Say thank you that I've been watching you all these years and loving your work. You don't know how much love I have. But if you melt into it, that is yours. That is your love, expanding. You've been used to have your wife, your mother giving you. You just go there, repeat what you learn, repeat good boy, and this and this and that and that and that and that. And this is right and this is left. In the future, people are going to want to change their characters and become some sort of different, sort of human that's beyond sexist, that's going to freak you out. So now that you're all together, oh yeah, because being a man is being a man, being a woman is being a woman. We're all so correct now that Trump won. And now we're going to fight each other. Look, it looks funny for you because you're just being viewed and you just spit out whatever makes you feel good. Just think. You're thinking for your money, for your business. You used to talk about truth, and now for what truth are you going to speak while the world is assembling together? Because there is no mob here. You've been invited to talk like this. You never didn't. Say thank you. Say thank you that you have a beautiful lady there in your wire, and she didn't put you down. She just got her views. Say thank you that I still talk to you, so you let go the fight. And support the cause. What is it that you're here for? You want more rating? You want more people looking at you? Ask yourself. Why did people love you before and not now? What is it? Make a reflection, man. Don't go out there bitter, and talking with your people and sending people so they say these things or not and put you against or with. But behind they are against the mob. God, people, he said, yeah. So I need a place to think here in this palace mind, and there is where the locality of all of you are, and I'm gonna have right here in front of here, I'm gonna have all the books in a sea. Who knows, maybe in the spring or in January. I might shelf you, shelf you, put your notes here and there. But right now I'm just going to study for the world words about mapping, technology and finance. So I'm just going to talk about these words, and if I'm lucky that because maybe it's just selling online, there is no more, so I can write in that agenda all the words for each week of next year. For the word of the week, we'll continue with the best of worlds, with the word of the week, with just words about, I was talking about some relation to metaphysics and virtual reality with the characters and quantum, but I couldn't get there to explain the more because it got very difficult to relate with. So we can only create an environment of trust and that can harness creativity and joy. All right, so we cannot really move this while looking at other people die. It's a bit creepy. We're not in the 80s anymore, right? People need to dance and have a lot of children, and for that you have to have sex. Yeah, I don't think artificial intelligence can satisfy you. I mean, man would stick it anywhere. It's inflammable dolls, whatever. They will do that, but they will make a chip to see if a child is vulnerable and is being under some sort of violence when they're not there. But they have created robots and dolls to fuck. Yeah. So this is what you call genius. They have so much to make a better world, but they will make codes to bring pedophiles to fuck these kids in Facebook. You're never gonna manipulate my mind unless you're sorry for what you do. And I don't care if you don't have remorse, but look at the consequences. Your virtual reality is nothing. You can go and cheat and get the president of the United States of America. You still need the fucking world, which is only one. So stop thinking that you're going to manipulate my mind or anyone's mind with your CIA or technological investment, because I have been trained hardcore in India. Hardcore. Never talk about it, because that's not the point. We're here. Well, therapy groups I've gone with and through. It is of yours to shake your hands and stop making these wars of viruses and killing people's computers so they buy new. There are better ways to making money. looking at the technological globe map. And you have to be very stupid to be against it. Because you're part of this fucking world where we should be making love with the elements. Yeah? With your imagination into reality. I want to talk about not just making a mansion, but a castle in this village. What is it that you will like? Which design? Your stories are dead stories. Your stories mean nothing. They have no meaning. They're going nowhere. You want to fight people, you want to fight this, you want to fight the government, you want to fight the woman, the man, the black. Oh, make more scandal, have more views. Convince people you're better and greater. Be more saucy. Do more curls. You know what people do? Look at all the animals, what they do. All the variety of animals, what they've done to create their own collective. To attract. To live. Just to have a fuck. What they do. You know, these animals. It's impressive. It's very impressive what people do, animals do for attention. So enjoy the celebration of life through nature. We need to take care of this nature, really. The nature that's the animals that we carry, that how it's not been printed yet by the people. To trust, they can put the information there. What's going on. And we can see it. So, well, time is limited. It's tick-tock, time is limited. Anything could happen. Where all these bombs are going at the same time. You're very lucky that you have President Maduro there singing with the, that hat. Well, it's not a Panama hat, but yeah, Caribbean hat. Could be Corina Machado, the president. I don't care. Just really, don't put blood in my country. Not a single drop. Because you will be next. And you don't want to end like that, like a fucking loser. You know what's funny to see? People that think they are so great going down. Why? Because everyone is waiting for that. Everyone wants to clap. Yeah! Brought down. The people are, yeah! Not because they hate the rich and the powerful or they're the suppressed class. Because we are ending corruption. Alright? As bad as it looks. Don't you think I am here as a Venezuelan or a Spanish or a woman? I'm here for the rules of fantasy into virtual reality. And for that I need the characters from each country. I have a great imagination, that's why we win our stories, but you have to be realistic. Yeah. If me and Candace have the same dream and everybody's looking at it because the person is expressing that. Erica was expressing that. People can see not the facial expression, they can see the whole picture of her. And that is the truth that's moving. So these are not times to convince or lie to anyone. You're only lying to yourself by thinking you're making people believe a story that is not. Because maybe you're a bit better than the left, alright? The left could be better tomorrow. without having to castrate children. Pedophiles are everywhere. The only way to soften this is by accepting sexual freedom, and people can get married if they want to, but not because they're going to be socially accepted. This is what creates the perversion of people that are cast away, or people that want to cast away themselves, to cast away others. So be careful when you talk about other women, when you are also a woman, because that could have been your husband. And you gotta support each other. Not that you're gonna make friends. But be proud of where you are right now in history, in the United States of America, having the support from those who believe that is to support in this direction, because it has been fought for many years to have freedom from the past of Europe. Not just in America, in South America, and many parts of the world that also are questioning what is freedom. So this is an inner revolution for Russia as well, with their people. They're afraid to give power so that people have understanding to what's going on in the world. Because they took over and killed so many people in Russia that had a sense of property. They're not telling that part of history. Is Russia, they have murdered and stolen. And this is the history of Russia. There's a trauma to the world as well. So this is an inner healing for Russia as they recognize whom they are, what they did. Imagine if you wipe out all the high class and middle high class. So, not just the Jews in Russia, but what is for Russia to understand it's problematic that they are not superior to kill Ukrainians, because that can happen to you and be tortured for the next 3, 10, 15 years, and that is not a threat, that is a reality you will pick as Europe is getting ready to enter and finish you. But that's going to take a lot of premeditation, that of course this will end. It will end. It will end. We're not going to go through this in Europe anymore. So you make your peace deal. If you want to have the last word, just give 2 states of the sea back to Ukraine right now. Not all, but at least 2 states that are next to the sea. And this is my prayer. It will go in the air. It will go in the air for anyone who has the same sense of imagination to have and gather a little bit of common sense. You don't want to give it away, and you keep to be then this is, every war has end like this, with one side that loses. And the Trump is playing a second card there with Venezuela. You know, You know who made the deal? So Venezuela is giving the petrol while Biden was in charge of the United States of America? Because Trump put sanctions on Venezuela to not give petrol. Took it out of United Nations as a country that's counted to vote. But why? Why Russia was not put out, or China? They have dictators all around the world. They have people that are dictators around the world. Behind the scenes. In the United States, in Europe as well. Presidents come and go. Come on. Stop bullying. Some people, oh, you're a communist. No, I am a globalist. But technically speaking, just position yourself. That's all you got. And this is the aftermath, right? You see the aftermath already. For all those who are going to die, Ave. Europe is never going to give up. Give those two states, and Europe might accept it as a peace deal for Ukraine to leave you two states, with more negotiations to have in between. But at least it's over. But you will gain much more. Now, I don't have any grace for you. Yeah? I don't want any of you. I want you to love your people. I want you to think that everything you do can cause the death of other people, because you're dealing with psychopaths who don't care about anyone but their positions of power. And they're willing to do anything to have their legacy with their son Byron or their grandchildren to be remembered with their last names, like if they are part of the Illuminati. But they're never going to make that money. I can swear to you, they will just be remembered for what they did. Because what's coming next is not going to be for anyone to be remembered as a family heritage. Those who are already remembered are what they are. But they are the investors. I don't think anyone can surpass that amount of money. Once the system is uncorruptible, you will see all the money that goes around the world from governments only. So instead of studying the people and their money and studying people's, we're going to study just the government. The rich people will be maybe impossible to see their money. The hyper rich, you can't even number how much they have. They know that investing in forms, so human interaction creates more money for them, it will give them more. And that's the only reason they'll give you the credit, so you pay back. That's the only way they will support it, because it will make more money than petrol. More than any bank credit could give, but there is measure there. And we can make this program to see how we give and take, but it takes time for you to make your settings, for everyone to make their own settings from their own entity, from their own layer in the maps of the world. But the influencers are going to influence the people. This is not coming from governments or any technological system. This is coming from the people in all the platforms. You will see your platforms in the map. So people like Windows, they might be investing more in another. They might change their systems to other systems if they are not behaving well. They might lose all the power they have invested because it's not convenient, even though they have business as well with the United States of America. At the same time, they will have to invest where they are not going to be taking over naturally into the future of outer space as well, and the information they behold with their culture. Because it's very important to understand that most of the words that come from the Latin as well are being wiped off their meaning, and this is only its culture to protect it, because the white world is taking over the meaning of where the words come from as well. And that's bad. That's really bad. They will even change the translation of enlightenment from India, from the Sanskrit. So you never have a clue of how much light you can have within. So this is something to breathe out and exhale for the world. If you really can imagine that you can see the global map of the world and the reality of people wanting to evolve because you are influencing that value. You might be able to reach the stars and love each other a bit more. But if that's just entertainment, which court case can we corrupt without money and relations? What court case they're going to be brought to be judged? The court of God? My king is going to put you in your last judgment if you don't bow right now and forever, as we bow to each other. But for that, you see this beautiful rounded world has no point. Alright? Peace, and let it be. Enjoy your jokes and know your script behind the scenes between your words.